Hi everyone and welcome back to Aidans Railways. Now today for me it's a bit of a special one. I've been waiting for these for a while now. This is KR Models Iron Ore Wagons. Now I pre-ordered these way back when they were announced, and I actually made the decision to pre-order all 3 available packs plus the loads with them. I actually pre-ordered the examples with the loads purely because I couldn't see the point of having to go to the trouble of modelling loads when they were available for a small extra cost. For me, this purchase was for personal reasons, as when I grew up as a child, I lived quite near the line where these wagons would have travelled along. As well as that, I've got to see how Consett has transformed itself over the years since the closure of the steelworks on the site. As many of you may know, last year I was lucky enough to go to the Great Electric Train Show, where I actually managed to meet Keith and have a look at the sample of these models, and I was impressed then and got to have a chat with Keith about them and their development. So a little bit about these wagons, and I won't go on too long. There were 30 of these purpose-built wagons constructed at the Shildon site, now home of the NRM at Shildon. These wagons were required for transporting ore from Tyne Dock to Consett for the steelworks at Consett. This was no simple feat, as from 1954 up to 14 trains were required a day. These wagons could carry up to 56 tons of ore. The journey from Tyne Dock to Consett was pretty much an uphill struggle, with Consett and the surrounding area rising up to 900 feet above sea level, with trains requiring a banker to join them and assist them at South Pelor Junction. Now, a number of dedicated locomotive power was used over the years to convey these trains, including Q7s, O1s, 9Fs and 24s. Now, these wagons had a tare weight of 28 tons, featured 4 side opening discharge doors, which were controlled by the locomotive crew in the cab or individually by means of levers on each wagon. Now, unloading these wagons at Consett with the feature of control from the cab could be as little as 5 minutes. And the automation of the discharge doors from the cab by air required the steam locomotives to be fitted with air pumps, making these locos very unique in appearance, especially the 9Fs. Now, the 30 wagons were numbered from 446000 to 446029, and buying packs A, B and C hopefully means that all 9 of these wagons have got individual running numbers. Now, this is even more exciting for me because this is the first purchase I've ever made of any item from KR Models. So let's get inside the box. So the box I've opened here is pack C. So we'll take a quick look. Just visually there, you can see that these packs, it's been kept nice and simple. The box cardboard, it's not very thick. However, they arrived in a box on top of them, which kept them very well packed, and there doesn't appear to be any damage at all. So keeping costs low, great for KR Models. And each individual pack is very simple. Just some vacuum formed plastic there, just holding them in place. So we'll take a look at one individual model, and then we'll have a look at another one. But let's, because there are differences, and apart from running numbers, I hope. So let's have a look. We'll have a look at this one in the center here. So I'll lift off the top, and I'll give us a little bit of additional light there so we can really see what's going on. And it appears to be some extra detail as well. So we've got a little bit of foam covering up our loads, and we've got a little bit of film there just protecting the wagon. And in this detail pack, we have chains and couplings, so we can fit them if we want to or require to do so. I don't think I'll be fitting them, to be honest, at the moment. We'll just keep them safe. So I'll have a quick look at the top, and we'll see how easy these loads are. So we've got a nice load there. Now, something that Keith did mention to me when I was at the Great Electric Train Show was that the loads apparently are very much different to each other and individual. Therefore, they're not all uniform and the same mould. And just looking there, those appear to be different, and they certainly appear to be different to, say, this load here. As you can see, they have been kept very much different, which is great. That means that there's a lot more individual about them. While I've got the loads out, we'll have a look inside, and as you can see there, they have made the effort to put the interior detail there. To be honest, I can tell you now, I've walked along that line, and even to this date you can still find bits of iron ore lying all over where the track bed was. It looks like little ball bearings everywhere, so I would imagine quite a lot of this load used to bounce out as it travelled up the line. So we've got decent detail on the inside, not that I'm going to see that very much when I'm using these, as I intend to use them with the loads in. Now from the side here you can also see plenty of riveted detail, and you can see the hinges for those side doors for unloading. The print is very good and sharp. You can see the iron ore to work between Tyne and Consett only, and we've got our 56 ton mark, and also we can see the prefix B and 446021. It's really sharp on the print. There's plenty of detail on those bogies as well. You can see the axle boxes, all of the bolt rivet detail, springs, really nice metal wheel set in there as well, and you can see plenty of frame detail there as well. Just going to turn it over so you can see underneath, and you can see there we've got the air tanks and various bits and pieces for the braking as well as opening those side doors. Something that should be noted is they were vacuum braked, so which is probably just as well, because it was and it still is, if you walk the line now, quite a steep climb up to Consett, and I suspect with a number of these wagons on the back of a locomotive it really would have had to work hard. While we're underneath, you can see those 4 wheel sets there, nice metal wheel sets, very basic and simple design for the bogies and how they work. And we can see we've got NEM pocket couplings there, which are independent to the bogies with their spring loaded mechanism, so they should travel around the track absolutely no problem. If we take a look at the end here, now we can see one of the hand operated levers. We've got our vacuum brake pipe, and you can also see the additional pipe there, which is for the air lines for these side loading doors, for the automation of the side loading doors controlled by the crew in the cab. So we've got the detail there. You can just see the aperture opening there below the vacuum pipe where we could fit those additional details with the hook and free-link couplings. I don't think I'm going to use them. I don't know, I might do at some point. Something that should be noted as well on the side here, something that was picked up to me, or pointed out to me rather, by Keith when I saw him at the Great Electric Train Show, was that this one, for instance here, has got the British Railways printed on the side of this side door. Now if I move over to another one out of Pack C, we can see that in actual fact this one doesn't, and apparently not all of them actually received this treatment. So some did receive the British Railways, some didn't receive it. So it's a nice little touch there that's been picked out by KR Models, that not all of them were identical in that way. Also you can see that the hand operated lever at both ends is on one side only, which is exactly like they were in real life. They weren't, as you can see here, on that side. I don't know everything about these wagons, and I don't know everything about the steel works, but I can actually put you in the direction of some great websites and groups that do know an awful lot about the line and the steel works and these trains. I'll put some links in the description if you want to investigate further. So as you can see there, we've got this, it is absolutely beautiful, stunning wagon. Plastic buffers. A rake of these is going to be absolutely fantastic. Like I say, 9 of these I've picked up. Just quickly measuring there from buffer to buffer, so you've got something around about the 146 millimeters long, so just over 14.5 centimeters long. When you think about it, 2 of them is going to be a foot. Have 9 of them, you've got about 4.5 foot. Put a loco on the end, 5.5 foot, and add a brake van, and then you're looking straight away at quite a lengthy train. While we're on the subject of a lengthy train, it might be worth, while I have the opportunity, just to weigh these wagons, or weigh a single wagon, and just see how much this will actually come up to. So I've got the scales there. So an empty wagon without loads, we're looking at approximately, so let's say 72 grams. Now if I were to take this one off, pick up a wagon with the loads, and that weight has suddenly accelerated up to 114 grams. So if we say 114, it's jumping between 114 and 115 grams. So let's just say 115 grams. So 115 grams, and we times that by 9, and we're looking at 1035 grams. So that's over a kilo in weight between the 9 wagons with loads in. Your loco plus a kilo plus your brake van on the end, that's quite some weight for a train. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unload all of them, and I'm going to lie them out. I'm going to use the film so they don't get scratched, and we'll see exactly what running numbers I've actually got here. We have all 9 wagons, and what we have here is we have number 1, 25, 17, 11, 27, 21, 7, 14 and 29. So we have got 9 different individual wagons, which is great. No messing around with running numbers and that. The astute may have noticed whilst unpacking these that one of them didn't appear to have any loads, which is correct. It was one out of pack B, but this is no big deal. I know some other people have actually suffered this issue, and these mistakes do happen during packing. And I contacted KR Models. I can't remember whether it was Keith or Michael that I actually got through to via email on their website, so it's not a big deal, and just gave them my order details and just explained I had a quick look over and checked, and one was missing its loads. And literally a matter of days later, and KR Models have sent me a pair of replacement loads. Thank you very much, Keith and Michael, and everyone else at KR Models. Very much appreciated, and your service has been absolutely brilliant. They are wonderful models. So I'm going to quickly take these out now, seeing as they have arrived, and we have got 2 additional loads marked 1 and 2 there. So that wagon now has its loads, which is wonderful. KR Models, I thought I'd mention it just to mention just exactly how great your service was. There was no quibble or arguments or anything like that, and it's a genuine mistake, and it can happen to anyone. So all 9 of them, we have got 1, 2 of the BR markings on there. Yes, so we've got 2 that managed to get their British Railways markings on the sides of the wagon. These are beautiful. They are really nice. They are personal for me, and they may be for many others who have purchased them. I know many have only purchased a single pack or maybe 2. Someone may have gone even further and bought an additional pack on top of the 3. For me, because it was so personal growing up in that area when I was younger, I had to have a full rake. Whilst you've been watching this, you would no doubt have seen some footage of these on the track, just the test track. The 9F is not correct for the train, but it is a 9F that I pulled out of one of the boxes so that it could we could have that bit of feel to a Consett iron ore train running. I certainly don't regret buying all 3 packs, and they were priced very well in my opinion, especially for the quality and service that I have received. Even for just 9 wagons, it is really quite a long train, and you don't realise until you purchase these things just how long that will actually be. So like I said, if you're looking at roughly a foot for a locomotive, and you're looking at a foot for every 2 wagons, and then you add a brake van on, it's a considerably long train. You're looking at a train that spans a length of about 6 feet. For some people only have train sets or layouts that are roughly 6x4 or 8x4. When you work that out, that's quite a considerable length for something that's not an HST. So I hope you like this quick look at the new Consett iron ore wagons from KR Models. I can thoroughly recommend them if you can get a hold of them. They are a beautiful wagon, they're very unique. I've put some links in the description where you can find more out about the line, the steelworks, and what ran on it. And I've also put a link in the description for a good friend of mine, Peter Shaw, who has been mapping the lines around Consett. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, found it a little bit informative, maybe made a judgment on whether or not you want to buy a pack of these wagons. As always, I've put a video at the top of the screen, a playlist at the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also check out the Aidan Shorts channel. I'll see you again soon. Bye now.